As a Quaker, the story that means the most to me is not a traditional Quaker story at all. It's actually an ancient Chinese one, which goes like this. In ancient China, long ago, there's a wise old farmer living with his family. And one day, the farmer's favourite horse runs away. And the village elders come round that night and say, "Gosh, isn't that bad luck that's happened to you?" And the wise old farmer said, "Maybe." A few days later, the favourite horse runs back to the village and brings with it 4 wild horses. So the farmer and his family go out to the house and they collect the 4 new horses and their favourite horse back. And that evening, the village elders come round and say, "Well, isn't that good luck?" And he says, "Maybe." A few days passes and the wise old farmer's oldest son tries to break in one of the wild horses, and in so doing, falls off and breaks his leg very badly. In ancient China long ago, you're going to be crocked for life. And that evening, the village elders come round and said, "Well, isn't that bad luck?" And he said, "Well, maybe." A few days later, there's a knock at the door, and it's the conscription officers for the army, and they're looking for men to fight who are able and willing and physically fit. And because the farmer's oldest son was injured, he could not fight. And that evening, the village elders come round and said, "Well, isn't that good luck?" And he said, "Maybe." It feels like a Quaker story to me, and it was told by Alan Watts, the theologian, who went to spend some time in China. And we as Quakers are encouraged to sort of take what we can from all the world's communities. And for me, that story is almost unbeatable, and it helps me through the hard times, of which, more recently, there has been quite a few. What do you make of that story, guys?